Welcome everybody, my name is Ola El Hosseini. In this tutorial I am going to show you how to summarize your data. In this example I have a sheet. This sheet contains a sales transactions and I want to display the sales total for each brand and the sales total and the sold quantity total for each model name along to its brand. And I want to display the grand total for all the brands. Let me show you how to do this. In this sheet I have a sales transaction for mobiles, okay, and I want to display the subtotal for each brand and the subtotal for each model name. The first step, I have to sort the data by the brand name and the model name. The first step, I should to select any cell, and from the data tab I select sort. Okay, from sort by I select brand and order A to Z or Z to A as you want. Then I select add level, and then by I select model name and order A to Z and press OK. So now I sort my data by the brand, then by the model name. The second step, I want to add the subtotal. So I select the data tab, then the subtotal command. From add each change in drop down list, I select the brand which I want to group my data by it. From use function drop down list, I have multiple function. In this example, I want to summarize my data by sum function. So I select sum. Then from add subtotal to, I select the total because I want to display the subtotal for the sales total. So I mark this column. Then I press OK. Now I have the sales total for each brand like this, and I have the grand total for all the brands like this. Then I want to display the subtotal for each model, so I select any cell. Then from the data tab I select the subtotal. From add each change in drop down list, I select model name, and from use function drop down list I select sum because I want to summarize my data by using sum function. And from add subtotal I mark total column and quantity column because I want to display the sales total and the sold quantity total for each model. And be sure to clear this option because I want to keep the previous subtotal for each brand and the new one. Then I press OK. Now I have the sales total and the sold quantity total for each model and the sales total for each brand, and I have the grand total for all the brands. And I can display only the grand total by press the one button, Now I display only the grand total for all the brands and the sold quantity total. And if I want to display the subtotal for each brand, I can select the two button. And if I want to display the subtotal for each model name and the subtotal for each brand, I select the three button like this. And if I want to display the sales transaction details and the subtotal, I can press the 4 button. And if you want to remove all this subtotal, you can select the any cell of your data, and from the data tab, select subtotal command and press remove all. Now you remove all the subtotal. I hope this tutorial is useful for all of you. Thank you so much and see you in another tutorial.